Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'll show you how I made round the circle and behind the scene. I'll show you how I start in my animation. So this is what I start. So this is the one I did round the circle in my animation. I'll show you how it does. For I put clip flipper or flipper clip. This is the one I made. So this is the one I made round the circle. See? Hi. I'm round the circle. And I made triangular. I'll show you how I done it. How to make the animation comes to life, like round the circle comes to life. I'll show you. So here's my paste. You can see it says number 1. It says add, eraser, copy, add. When I press the +1, they add more pages. When I do the round the circle comes like movement like that. I'll show you how I do this. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing you can do to make the round the circle comes to life, so to press the paintbrush, and you see all these things they have. You see the thing is moving I'm using? That's the stuff I use to make the round the circle makes the shape. And all this is brush, size, color, and ruler. When I did to make round the circle makes the shape, I used the ruler. And you see this says on line, circle, box, or mirror to make how to make the shape of the characters. So then, round the circle is round. So I press the circle. When I add this, look, you can stretch or other side or make it smaller. Or you make it bigger. It makes all the sizes like that. So then, round the circle is gonna be round, like a circle or a round, like a sphere. And I have to trace it. And let's trace it into the circle. This is how I done the circle like that. And let's make the eyes for round. I add the eyes, make the round. Or you're gonna do the circle one finger like I did. Alright, let's do the circle, make it smaller. And the one it's easier to make like that than the paintbrush. And voila! You made the eyes. So we need the eyelids like an eyes. Like a pupil. Something like that. If you don't paint like this hard enough, or easier things to make the finish coloring the black thing, the eye pupil, I'll show you the trick how I do. Do you see the paint like drop? I use this color, makes it different colors. But his eye is black, so I use the black part. And you see, watch this. And voila! Instead of painting it, I'll use the drop and make the whole paint. See, it's easy. It's faster. Alright, next, we need the round mouth. Alright, set this her shape. Make the curve, smiley. Voila! This is how I made round the circle. It's animation. So, what are you gonna do? So, to make the round the circle comes to life. Oh, I forgot his eyebrows. Let's make his eyebrows. Voila! So here's how I made round the circle. Alright, the first thing to make the round the circle comes to life to the movement, you click here the plus I saw you earlier. Or you're gonna do it before. To make round the circle comes to life, but first you have to add copy or paste it. And another things to do, we have to make the round the circle comes to life. So we have to make like the rounds looks like he's talking. To do this, we have to erase his mouth to the another one, to the another, make his mouth again. Look like his mouth is gonna open. They'll open up. Look. I curve again, and look, watch this. I'll make like this. He will open his mouth like that. Wiley. And another copy paste. And another one. So here's what I do to make the animation work so that everything comes to life. Alright guys, look, watch this. I already did all this. And when I press play button, watch this when I look. Do you see that? His mouth moved. Now everything comes to life. So this is how I made the animation works. To make that, alright, first, to make that, we need his eyes to make his blink. His eye need to blink. Alright, let's start over. Alright, let's start over again. To competence to make the round circle blink his eyes, we have to add the plus or do the copy paste again and more into to make it to 10. So I made it to 10. Look, when I get to 5, when I raise his eyes and his eyebrows, I'll make his eye looks a little bit more curvy, like an oval shape. Makes his eyes about to close. To make his eye like he was blinking, you have to make them more like eyes turn to a little bit like an oval shape. And like that. And another one. To me, if you don't want to do this, you can use the, remember I showed you earlier? Use the paste. Like that is easier instead of coloring it. Alright, next, his eyebrow, makes his eyebrow lower. Like that. Alright, another one. Alright, let's raise another eye. Make his eye even smaller. Into like this. And another one. And curve it like this. Like that. Alright, let's make his eye a little bit smaller. You see that the circleish twirly thing? That's used for like help the creator, the painting, drawing things. Makes it different sizes like that. Look, watch this. It's because his eyes is the upper weight and that one's lower. I'll make his eye a little bit lower like this. And voila! It's easy. Alright, next. Let's color in paint. Like that. Let's just his eyebrows a little bit lower. Like that. Now his eyes closed. Alright, I'll show you how it's done. Alright, I'll show you guys when I press play. Look what I did. Guys, look at this. When I press play, I did the blinking eyes. Look, watch this. When I press play, you see his eyes blinking? This is how you make the animation work and everything comes to life. This is how I make round the circle blink his eyes. You made round the circle blink his eyes already. That's good. So this is how I made the animation, how to make the round the circle works. It makes it everything comes to life. Alright, next here's audio. Do you see this music sign? The music note? These are like it's called Do. See that I did that in a animation class? And these are the voices makers. When I use the audio recorder, it's the same thing like the one that our animation we did the Toy Story 5 and other that. It's the same thing. It's just like the microphone that the voice actor teacher told me like that. It's down just like that. When I press play, it makes the round the circle, it makes this like sound or voice acting or the music. It's just like that. Look, when I press play, hi, I'm round the circle. Hi, I'm round the circle. And this is how I made to make the voice and add the Do. Or you put it here or there. But his eyes blink. So we have to make that blinking eye sound. Make it like just like Orby. Orby blink his eye, he makes that bounce sound. We're gonna do the bounce sound just like the one Orby, the sphere in Las Vegas. We're gonna do it like that. And so I do it this, boink. And this eye done. Boink. Make his eye blinky sound. And watch this. Boink. This is how I made. So we have to make it a little bit farther or cut it. Make it smaller. Just like the one in our animation. When I give here, watch this. Boink. A little bit more. And boink, boink. It makes his blinky eye sound. Look. Boink, boink, boink. This is how I made this like sound like a voice acting or sound effect. This is how I done to make an animation like that. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more channel. And thank you for watching and enjoy my video.